Hello, this is Cheryl Walters, your reference librarian. In this video, I'll show you several strategies for finding keywords and subject terms that can help you search databases more effectively and locate relevant scholarly articles. We'll begin in PubMed, and you can find that under the library's important links and then databases. After that, we'll look at the CINAHL database through EBSCO. From the main PubMed page, scroll down until you see Explore Mesh Database and click on that. MESH stands for Medical Subject Headings. These are controlled vocabulary terms used to index articles in PubMed. Controlled vocabulary helps organize articles by assigning consistent subject terms to content, making articles easier to find. Think of MESH terms as standardized labels that can be used across many articles about the same topic. For example, if I search on health policy, because it is a MESH heading, PubMed has identified it as an official subject term. When searching a MESH term, PubMed can also include related terms and concepts that appear beneath it in the hierarchy. If I add this term to the search builder and then search PubMed, it will retrieve articles indexed with health policy as a MESH heading. For example, if I click on this one, you can go down here at the bottom and see the MESH terms and see where it is indexed. While MESH terms are extremely useful, it's important to remember that not every article has been indexed with a MESH term. Because of this, I generally use MESH terms to discover appropriate terminology and then search those terms also as a keyword. For example, instead of searching this as a MESH term, I can just search it as keywords. After I run that search, I can check the advanced search, and this will help me understand how PubMed interpreted my search. If you go here to the details, then you can see how it interpreted it. It found health policy as a MESH term, or it searched it in all fields. Now, this is going to give you a much broader result. Here as a MESH term, it's only 140,000, and here as keywords, it's 577,000. So you can see how sometimes it's important to use it as a MESH term, and sometimes you want to let the database map it to other terms that could be similar. You just have to kind of play around with a combination of both. Searching as a keyword broadens the search because PubMed looks for those terms in the article title, the abstract, in the MESH terms, in the author-supplied keywords, or other searchable fields. So this can really broaden your result. Something else you can look at are those author-supplied keywords, and these can help you locate other types of keywords or other words that might be relevant. So if you find an article you like, if you go into the article information under the abstract, you can see the author keywords. So these, if they're of interest and they fit well to your topic, you could add to your search. When searching PubMed, it is best to separate concepts using Boolean operators such as and or. For example, health policy or health promotion will retrieve articles containing either term. If I also want to search articles related to mental health, I could put these in a nest to search health policy or health promotion and mental health. So now the search has to have either of these, and it has to have mental health. After running the search, we can return to the advanced search and view the details. Here, PubMed shows us how it translated each concept and whether those terms were recognized as MESH terms, keywords, or both. This allows us to verify that PubMed is searching the concepts the way we intended. Next, we're going to look at the EBSCO database called CINAHL Complete. You can find that also on the library's database page. At the top of the page, under Browse By, choose CINAHL headings. Down here, under Search for Terms in CINAHL, if I put in medical records, I can find that medical records is a subject term in CINAHL. If I put something more broad by putting in nutritional, you can see that there's many different subjects that contain nutritional. This can be useful though because it can identify the most appropriate term, it can suggest additional keywords, or it can reveal concepts that you might not have considered. Back on the main page, you'll see the basic search box. Most EBSCO databases look just like this. You can go to the advanced search, and then you can put your concepts on separate lines. For example, if we put in prevention and Alzheimer's, that's going to tell the database to search for prevention and Alzheimer's. So it needs to have both of those concepts. And then we can hit search. One of the best ways to locate additional keywords and subject terms is by reviewing articles that are already relevant to your topic. We can click on this one right here, and then we can go down and see the detailed record and locate other subject terms. Here you can see the major subjects. So whoever indexed this decided that this article was mostly about these items, but then it also had minor subjects too. So you can use these to search for more articles. I usually recommend writing these down or copy and pasting them and then going back to the search box. You can click on these, but it's only going to add it one time. And sometimes you will find author keywords as well in the EBSCO database. This one doesn't have any, but they would be here under the article information. This one has the keywords in the full text right here. So again, you could use a combination of these, a combination of the controlled vocabulary up here, and a combination of keywords that you come up with on your own.
You could also use AI to brainstorm keywords. Start with your topic and write a brief description of your research question. Ask AI for ideas, review the words, and then select those to combine with the words you found through controlled vocabulary and keywords, and use those to search in the database for your own research. To conclude, let's review the key concepts we've discussed. MESH is the National Library of Medicine's controlled vocabulary used to index Medline articles included in PubMed. You can search MESH terms using the MESH database. You can review MESH terms assigned in relevant articles. Use MESH terms to discover additional search terminology. But remember, not every article will have MESH terms assigned. Subject headings are controlled vocabulary terms used within EBSCO databases like CINAHL. You can access subject headings from the top menu. You can search subject heading lists. You can review subject terms assigned to relevant articles. Keep in mind that each EBSCO database may have its own subject vocabulary. Keywords are additional terms that may not be part of the controlled vocabulary. Some of the best sources for keywords include your own knowledge of the topic, author-supplied keywords, course materials, and relevant articles you discover during your research. Most importantly, trust your instincts. You know your project better than anyone else, so if you think a particular phrase might be important, then search for it. As you research, keep a list of these words that you come up with, the keywords, the subject headings, and the MESH terms. And then organizing these terms will help you build a thorough and effective literature search. If you need assistance, don't hesitate to contact the library. You can chat with us, you can request a meeting, you can send us an email or give us a call. We're always happy to help and wish you the best with your research project. Thank you for watching.